last night at the Oscars, at some point, because I don't watch the Oscars, because why would I? Chris Rock, who was hosting, which is funny because like he was a guy that was like the person that was hosting like the VMAs back when they were last relevant in the late '90s and 2000s. He made a reference to Jada Pinkett Smith and made a G.I. Jane joke. A lot of people may or may not have known she has had a journey of late with her hair and because of that, she has alopecia, so she can't grow hair. So obviously, there's stuff going on. Will Smith, who was there, is seen after the remark is made, and you can see Jada, and you can see Will, and you can see Will laugh because he's obviously like you're getting. It's a bit of like a roast where you're at on the day. It's a bit at the at an award show, kind of open games. He laughs. Jada doesn't laugh. They cut back to Chris Rock. Chris Rock is looking at Jada, and he clearly sees that Jada is not just rolling with this. She was not happy, and he was like, "It's just a joke," more or less saying like, "It's a joke." So he goes to continue. Next thing you know, you hear Chris Rock as he's about to move on to the next joke or the next whatever punchline thing he's about to set up, about to go, and he stops and says, "Oh, okay." And you see Will Smith walk towards him, and just walks about arm's length, and it slaps shit out of him, and then turns around and walks back down, and then Chris Rock says, "Oh, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me," and I'm not going to editorialize. Then they cut back to show Will Smith sitting back down where he was. He was sitting in the front row, and he says, on the edited feed, you find out it was 7-second delay. It was cut out, but on the foreign feeds, it was not because, whatever. You can him clearly say, "Keep my name's wife out of your fucking mouth," and then he repeats it again, even louder, saying, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth." And then Chris Rock says,
"I'm going
I
to.
will. I'm going to." Then from there, he's about to say something he's like, "I would," and he stopped himself from whatever he had in his mind to say, which was like, ooh. And then he went to continue on and with the festivities, but everybody that in the building seemingly thought that this was a part of the gag, a joke. And then once Will Smith said, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth," the crowd gets more silent because they realize, oh my God, he really just slapped this dude at the Oscars. So Floyd, you are the guest, so I'm going to you first. What were your thoughts when you discovered this video of this whole encounter in front of millions of people on live national television, or at least a 7-second delay?
Okay, so I have had conflicting thoughts. My initial thought was probably everyone else's initial thought. Will Smith just slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, and I'm just like laughing. I'm like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, nobody's calling that dude soft now. He's gotten thrown like under the bus over the last 2 years, and I'm just like laughing. And then like 20 minutes in, the old guy in me is like, dude, we just saw assault committed on TV, and like no one did anything about it. No security came, no nothing. He just sat back down and got the Oscar for Best Actor later. Like nothing happened.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if there's ever a time to question whether or not like the voting or worked or whatever else, that would be the time. Because once you slap somebody in front of all of these rich uppity white folks, you kind of wanted Riggin to make sure he's not going to finish the night with the fucking trophy, right? With the biggest trophy in the game, right?
Yeah. I'm like, there's so much security there. No one did nothing. No walk towards him to make sure he's okay. That dude just got slapped and everybody watched and like shocked and laughed. Like nobody had Chris Rock's back. Nobody came up and said, "I got Chris Rock."
Bro.
Chris Rock was just on an island of slapped. He's just like on this
your
island.
Turn.
Yeah.
They slapped this man in front of Beyonce. So I don't have anything profound for you. I was in this for the jokes. I'm not gonna sit here and defend the celebrities and their right to whatever, because they're people just like us. So you know it was a two Americas moment, because I saw a lot of pearl clutching on Twitter, and it was people was embarrassing themselves. I think thinking about it way too hard. There was one person that determined what the line was, and I don't think it was for any of us to determine. So people were having these arguments on whether Will went too far, whether the joke was out of line or whatever, and it shouldn't have got to that level. No one's responsible for this except one person, and one person was clearly the judge, the jury, and executioner. Like, he came out there and took this man's block off. Like, he walked up to that man, and Chris Rock, I feel like Chris Rock didn't even realize what was happening. He was sitting
Oh
there,
yeah,
was like,
definitely.
Why is Will walking up? Wow, and then just like the craziest thing is like Chris Rock, you can see him for like a split second decide, like, I feel like I want to fire back, but
Right.
nah, I can't, because like
Right.
I'll end my career right now, like, and he may have done that anyway, but like,
Nah, he's fine.
Like, he came out there like and made that business decision, was like, yeah, I'm gonna still make sure I get paid here tonight, so I'm not about to do whatever. I just got one question, James. Is this just the ultimate light skin W right here? Like, what,
I mean, you have to give me the list of other ones. I'm not really sitting here concerned about like the the W's for the light skinned community.
We was talking the other week about Hobbs and what's his name, Anthony Bowens and Caster. So Will slapped the shit out of this man, and he had to eat it. Like,
yeah. Here's the thing, right? Bobby Lashley just returned in front of Almas. I guess this is.
Look at him.
I guess only one surprise. Anyway, back to lecture at hand. So a few things. There's going to be a lot of stuff, right? Because this brings up, one, respectability politics, probably at the forefront of all this. Two, the misogyny and misogynoir of what Chris Rock said to Jada Pinkett Smith. Of one, like shaved, low haircut, bald heads for black women is a thing. It's not, and it doesn't have to be about her alopecia or not. That's a hairstyle that black women have worn for decades.
I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know.
I didn't know about that either. But then you throw in like the part where it's like the joke is like a play on like knocking her because she looks like G.I. Jane, and at the time when that movie came out, it was also like to talk about like she's so tough despite the fact that this is a beautiful woman, but she doesn't have her femininity, her hair, right? Like, there's all that. So there's that. There's that part at play. There is the part where it's like you see Will laugh and shake it off. You don't know how much that is. He was actually upset, but he had to laugh because he knew he was in a public space. Versus him looking at his wife and then saying, "I got to go out there and I got to defend my wife," which is like, all right, like, so how much?
For this.
Right, yeah, proving your love. How much of that is that? How much of it is like, whatever? Oh my god. Yeah, Sammy Almas versus Lashley. I just saw one in a physical interaction, and they just ran into each other at full speed and both bumped on the mat hard. Yeah, run that.
Who?
Give me 5 minutes. Give me 3 minutes of that. Anyway, back to as you can see, Floyd head turn. He's like, what?
No. Like, no. We got big meat bumping meat out here.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff at play with that. But I all I'm coming down to on that is there are consequences for the things you say, regardless of what kind of safety or measures you think you have in place by being a comedian or being a public speaker or whatever. Nothing protects you from that. When I've seen this stuff, when people talk about like Chris Rock just being a comedian, whatever else, is like, yeah, man, like the point of jokes is someone's going to be the butt of them, and it's up to that person or that something to buck back if it so chooses, right? So, this happened a lot more in previous generations where like a comedian has things to say, and then Celebrity X, person that's notorious more than famous, also wants to get a hold of you for things you say. And a lot of comedians have gotten their asses whipped for a long time over this kind of stuff. I guess people thought that like it would happen on a place as quote unquote prestigious and as rich and uppity, established and white as the
Academy Awards.
The Academy
Oscars.
Awards, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was about to say the Audio Academy. I was like, no, that's audio recording. That's the Grammys. Anyway, yes. And like, not necessarily. Like Will Smith is successful enough to where he can be comfortable feeling like, hey, and powerful enough to say, hey, if I wanted to, outside of pretty much any woman in here and anyone over 60 in here, I could walk up and slap the shit out of somebody and then walk back down and sit down in my seat and not have to worry about the repercussions of being arrested or anything like that. Someone might want to come over and talk to me, which happened, but like, whatever. And also another part of it is like, if you are willing to go to jail for a night for misdemeanor or battery and you're willing to deal with that and you're rich as fuck, you can do that too. And Will Smith clearly was okay with that. No charges were pressed. But he was clearly okay with the consequences of his actions. So he went out there, he let off on that man's jaw, and he went and sat back down, and then he won the fucking award for Best Actor in a Motion Picture.
What a night.
2021.
What a night.
A legend. He was already a legend. Now he's doubled up.
Like, I just find it hard to watch some of these people on Twitter that have just fake this outrage like about this and like saying he could have died and the comedians like their job of a comedian is to challenge thought and push boundaries. I'm like, well, where's the be funny part? They always seem to miss this. Like and there were people that audibly reacted to the joke in a negative way, but like I said, there is only one person that was going to be the judge on that, and he came up there and broke them off something like Master P and Pimp C and all them was saying break them off something. That's pretty much what happened. Like this man rolled up on Pookie and hit him.
Well, okay, so Sir Sam in here is saying, right, I'm looking at it, he says, that's the absolute self-control that must have taken from Chris to not rip Will Smith a new one for half an hour is monumental. I mean, you can say that, but you just had a person that just was willing to, at some extent, like put some type of risk on his career to slap shit out of you in front of literally millions of people.
He'll do it again.
Like something like, here's the thing what comes with a slap, right? If you get slapped by somebody, there is the air of, I have no problem fighting you. You don't get to slap somebody without saying that not only am I willing to fight you, I'm pretty sure I can also whoop your ass. So if someone slaps you, chances are they can whoop your ass. So for Chris Rock to the self-control, I mean, that wasn't much self-control as much as self-preservation.
Business decision.
He could have got closed fist as opposed to hand open fist like he just got open hand.
He could have got backhanded. And it would have been real bad.
That's the thing with backhands. Like you don't have as much power with your backhand as you do with a regular standard slap. Like, and also like it's a lot of. You also look at the way he did it. Like it wasn't no big wind up. Like he has been training and slapping. Like there was no wind up with that. It was just pure brutal efficiency. And the only thing you really saw was the follow through. It was well done, really well done.
Will has long time had the nice guy presentation for about 25 years at this point, 30 years at this point. the safe rapper, the person for everybody, the TV star, the movie star, and frolicking with his side of Hollywood, I would say. And I think what people forget is, bro, I don't want to say it, but this man's from he's from where he's from. So he that shit don't leave you. And it sucks it had to be both of these guys because they have long legacies, lots of respect among both of them. I didn't want to see them dudes hitting each other like that, or that one dude hitting that other dude like that. But I can't pass judgment on him either, because it's that's his wife. I can't tell that man not to be offended or to prove his love for Jada. So it is what it is.
I don't have an issue with none of this stuff, because it's when you talk about the legacy stuff, it's nothing happened to their legacy. We got
I just mean these guys are real well regarded, and it's just
no. But there are people that are getting into the legacy talk of whatever. It's nah, man, their body work is their body at work. Someone getting slapped and somebody slapping someone is not where we're stopping on. Canceling is not a thing, but no one's actually going to cancel Will Smith for slapping somebody. Bel Air will run regardless.
Yeah.
His next movie, whatever next movie he does with his production company, it will sell regardless.
He might
probably will sell more.
He might slap somebody in it.
Yeah. No, I got two points. First of all, Will Smith made a business decision. He saw who was up there. If somebody bigger was up there, yeah, Will Smith ain't coming up there to slap him in the face. He picked little ass Chris Rock to slap him in the face. Good job. Smart decision. He knew the person that wasn't going to fight back.
Right.
Because a couple of comedians would have laid his ass out. Just right there. So, second of all, he probably made Chris Rock $20 million. Because there's going to be a Netflix special called I Got the Shit Slapped Out of Me by Will Smith. And Chris Rock is going to break all sorts of records.
Yeah.
And also it's look, if he wants to, he will have that job for a long time annually.
I'm back. Last year, I got the shit slapped out of me. What will happen this year? Tune in to find out.
They have to bring him back just for that reason alone.
Tune in to find out.
He has to come back at least one more time just for that reason alone. The option had to be picked up that seconds after, in the back after that last segment when he went.
They're oh yes.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yes, definitely. This is controversy breeds cash.
Well, I'm just it's at least got to be a joke next year where he brings security on stage. It's
yes,
yes. Before I tell a joke, I got my security up here in case Will Smith is here. He has to do that.
Yep.
He has to do it.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you.
The chat room is on fire. I appreciate all you guys.
See.